Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to day 17 of December Daily. I'm just showing you here this quick tag that I added earlier today with a wreath charm on it. I added the tabs. I've got a tab punch, so I punched these out. I did this a while ago, so I added them onto my spread and I put an eyelet in and I hung this wreath charm. And I'd forgotten about this wreath charm. I was really tired yesterday. I had a bit of a headache when I did my spread, but I wanted to get it done, so I did it really quickly, and I thought today I'll have another look at it and just make sure I'm happy with it. And I noticed that I'd put a sticky note in the spread on the page, and I noticed that I'd written on there about this charm. And it's a good job I wrote it down actually, because I'd have forgotten about it. So I fished it out and I added it to my spread for yesterday. So anyway, we're having a film night tonight. The kids are downstairs watching the end of Santa Claus. We've watched all three so far and they're just moving on to Home Alone, so I'm doing this voiceover really quickly. I'm going to go down and watch Home Alone with them. So I did this photo of our snacks. I put a load of snacks on the table so the kids can help themselves to what they wanted, some cans of Pepsi, some popcorn, a selection box each, you know, just tubes of Pringles, loads of different stuff. Obviously we're not going to eat it all tonight, but I let them choose like one thing that they wanted. I'm just using these red glittery letters to write snacks. I toyed with a load of different variations. I was going to write movie, then I was going to write film. And because I've used these stickers for things in the past, I didn't have enough of the letters that I needed to write movie. I think I was missing an E. So I was looking at the letters for ages and, you know, trying to think of different words I could use that were relevant. And actually snacks worked out perfectly with that photo. So it's... This spread is going to be quite simple, and I think these letters are really, they just, you know, give a different dimension to it. Instead of just adding a label with a bit of like typewritten text on it, it's quite bold and outstanding. And I didn't want to cover this page either. I love this paper, so I didn't want to cover it up too much. So I stuck that picture right at the top, so I've still got a good amount of the image showing, and obviously all that will go on this page now is my number, so number 17, which I'll do now. It took me a little while to work out the spread. I printed my photos, I think I printed them too small, then I messed about with some layering, and yeah, it all came together and I'm happy with how it's come together, but it did take me a little bit of thought, you know, just to do it. So yeah, I think I just had to kind of go back in and reprint the images a little bit bigger and just, you know, play around with it a bit more, but then it came together. But I didn't add a lot of that into this quick video, just because I wanted to get it done. Like I say, I'm going to go down again in a second and watch Home Alone with them. So we've set up camp in the front room, so I've got the mattresses down there and they're all tucked in, and the dog's down there and they're having a great time. Bless them. We do movie nights loads, especially in the winter. The kids, it's just a novelty, isn't it, just to sleep downstairs. Sometimes we do it in my bed, we all squish in my bed, but obviously then the dog can't be involved, so because he's not allowed upstairs. Bless him. There's enough hair all over the downstairs, I don't need it upstairs as well. So as I said, I had to mess around with this spread. It took me a little while, but I settled on this. So I printed off this film reel. Apologies, it's off screen here. I printed off this film reel, and at the top I typed with my typewriter Santa Claus 1, 2, 3, because that's what we watched. And actually in hindsight now I'm a little bit like about it, because we're going to watch Home Alone as well, so I could have put Home Alone in the next one down, but you know, it's whatever. I printed my text, I've done my strips as usual, I'm just going to pop them at the top, and then I've got this Christmas story that you can just see on the bottom right there is a Viewmaster. I actually bought a Viewmaster reel, a Christmas one, the Christmas story, and this is like the little sort of story that comes along with it. So I'm using this little pamphlet, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to put my photos in there and layer it on top. So I'll put that doily there just as something to layer underneath it, because it kind of looked a bit lost on the page. I'm lining my text up a little bit better than I did yesterday. I am going to go back in and redo that, I think, and try and peel it off. As I peeled one line up and it came up really well, so I'm going to try and peel them all up and redo it just to make it neater, so it'll be exactly the same. And obviously you'll see in the final flip through if I manage to get time to do that or not. But here are the photos. I've got one photo which is like my feet, and you can see the TV and the Christmas tree in the background, and there's one of the kids and them, you know, with their quilts and everything all over the sofa and what have you, and how they've set up camp, and you can see the snacks table in the background and I'm just layering that up here. But that is it, that is the spread for tonight. I actually really like this. It's simple but it's effective, it does what it needs to do. I'm really happy that I've managed to keep a lot of that left hand image in, so the scrapbook paper in. And I forgot, I did add an embellishment at the top right. I was going to add this reindeer, but the gold I felt was a little bit too lacking because that blue is quite strong. So I'm just going to add this holly at the top right of the page instead, which is off camera, but you'll see it in a second because I'll give you a close-up. And I also toyed with the idea of adding some sort of like opening to that Christmas story piece. I was going to add like a little tab, and then I was going to add a little bit of washi folded over, and then I thought I'll add one of my little Christmas tree paper clips instead, but I didn't in the end. I might go back at some point. I actually quite like it just as is. So I'm not going to add anything, but well, at this point anyway, I do quite like how the tree looks. But anyway, for now I'm not adding anything. So here's a closer look at the spread. I hope you enjoyed that really quick, I feel like I'm rushing through this, a really quick rush video, and I'll be back to speak to you again tomorrow. So until then, take care, bye for now.